This small fragment of bone was found in a cave in the Philippines, and scientists think it belongs to a previously unknown species of human. They've named the new species Homo luzonensis, after the island of Luzon on which it was found. So far, only a few clues to this species' existence have been unearthed: some hand and foot bones, a thigh bone, and 7 teeth. All of them are tiny, suggesting that their owners were under 4 feet tall. This is the second species of dwarf human to be found in Southeast Asia. In 2004, scientists presented the skull of a small-bodied and small-brained species named Homo floresiensis, commonly known as the hobbit. Both species were alive around 50,000 years ago, at the same time as our species, Homo sapiens, our close relatives the Neanderthals, and a mysterious type of early human called the Denisovans. While these groups roamed around Asia, sometimes interbreeding, the ancestors of the hobbit and Homo luzonensis may have been isolated on islands, where they probably shrank in response to limited resources. The scientists think that Homo luzonensis was even smaller than the hobbit, and less robust. The teeth in particular are a puzzle, a weird mixture of ancient and modern features. This striking combination of characteristics, not seen in any other human species, convinced the team that they had found an entirely new species. But where did it come from? Who were its ancestors? One possibility is Homo erectus. We know that this bipedal species made it out of Africa and was living in Southeast Asia before Homo luzonensis or the hobbit appear in the fossil record. So both species could be small versions of Homo erectus. But this foot bone doesn't look like Homo erectus or our species at all. It's a proximal phalanx, a toe bone, and it's more curved than a Homo sapien toe. In fact, it looks like the toe of Australopithecus, an ancient human relative that lived in Africa 3 million years ago, and, as far as we know, never left Africa. The toe bone raises an interesting question about how Homo luzonensis moved. Curved toes are good for climbing, and we think that Australopithecus climbed trees, as well as walking on 2 feet sometimes. 2.5 million years later, was the small-bodied Homo luzonensis also a climber? This would be a surprise, because we're pretty sure that its contemporaries were walking upright and not hanging out in trees. The researchers would like to find more bones, and they'll continue to dig in Callao Cave. It's unlikely that DNA has survived in this warm, wet climate, but they might be able to extract proteins from the bones, which could tell us how Homo luzonensis is related to other species of early human, helping to answer some of the many questions that this discovery raises. So it seems that 50,000 years ago, Asia was home to a far more diverse bunch of humans than we first thought. Small ones on islands, some possibly living in trees, larger ones on the mainland, sometimes interbreeding. The evolution of our species is messy, complicated, and fascinating.